We'll be starting in a second, folks. I'm a little early today. Guess better be early than later, right? All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning and happy. What is it? It's Wednesday already. My, oh my. Where did the week go, right? Where did the week go? Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's doing okay. I checked my Telegram to make sure it's not delayed. Now I check my Telegram every day to make sure it's not delayed. My God. I don't know if you guys saw what happened to me yesterday, but I had a delayed I was the only one making money on a trade. Everybody else was losing money on a trade. Oh my God. How embarrassing. Good morning, everybody. Let me say hello to everybody and we'll begin. Hey, Omar, good morning to you. Good morning. I saw you send me an email. I just haven't had a chance to look at it yet. And Bugs, same with you. I'm gonna repost. I got it, but it was really late at night last night for me, and I was exhausted. We had My wife had a birthday, and we had her best friend and her daughter over for the last few days. So it was the first time we had the house to ourselves in the last 4 or 5 days. So we were just tired from all the good stuff. And remember, folks, Friday, I will not be here. I will be communicating with you on Telegram from the airport, but I will not be here physically on Friday. I'm traveling to Los Angeles. I'm going to a close friend's wedding. His daughter is getting married. It's one of my childhood friends. So I will be in LA till I'm leaving on Monday. So I'm traveling on Monday, and I'll be back on Monday. So I will not be missing any of next week. I will just be missing Friday, just FYI. And I'll give you guys plenty of heads up. Good morning, Omar, Vano, Richard, Devin, Cheese Grade Trader, JB, Arnolfo, C. Fazio, Burl Keller. I think it's Burl Keller. If I'm mispronouncing your name, I'm so sorry. Nathan, David, Vertuvian. Good morning, Fred, Ruth, Larry, James, Lydia, Rihanna, Wayne, Lloyd, Steve, Harold, John, Jean, Robert. That looked like Clyde riding a Batmobile yesterday, Jean. Robert, John sends me these funny Facebook posts. They're so funny. Robert, Tom, Moondog is back from the gym. Better than being back from the hospital. Amos, Oscar, Stefan, Hopium, Walt, Sherman. Hey, Sherman, good to see you. Dave, Gregory, Junior. Junior's in the house. Don, Art, Wade, Timothy, Kurt, Jeff. Good morning, Jeff. Richard. Good morning, Richard from Puente Gorda. Sean. Good morning, Sean. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me just, got a lot of people here. That's what we got. I love it. I love it. Good morning, Sean. Good morning, Soler. Good morning, Jody. Good morning, Kirk, Stephen, Angie, Javad, Robert, Bob, Matt, Shamens. Good morning, Bob. Good morning, Bob. Ron, Michael, Stacy, Eduardo, Bugs. Hey, Bugs. I was just saying, I saw your post late last night. I didn't get a chance to post it yet. I'm going to repost it in just a few. As soon as I get out of here, maybe in like an hour, I'll repost it. Ali, thank you for sending it to me, Ali, Bugs. I appreciate it. Good morning, Ali. Good morning. Good morning. Just Jen. Good morning. William, Diana, Carlos. Good morning, Carlos. Naples fan. Beam Clay, Robert, Kevin, William. Good morning, William. Angie. Good morning. She says, "Love Trading Zone Live." Thank you, Angie. Yeah, we've been doing pretty good this week. Actually, it's been pretty good run so far. Knock on wood. I'm trying to get Matt to scalp. He doesn't want to scalp. He wants to go for those big 100-point gains on the SPY. And I keep telling him, just take the 30s, take the 40s, especially in this market. He's stubborn, but he'll figure it out. He'll get there. He's getting there real good, actually. Flying Ronan, Thomas, Ira, RP, Bugs. Yes, it was a fun time with the wife, Bugs. It was. Charlie, SB, Delroy, Wesley, Rod, Henry, Warren, Dave, Peanut, Ray, Ramiz. Good morning, Ramiz. David, Genevieve, David, Rick, Richard, good morning, Richard. Good to see you here. It's good to have you back. You were gone the last week, last few days. I felt I didn't have Richard here. It's always so good to communicate with you. Stephen, um, Jason, Matt, JB. I got a lot more stuff from Bugs. He just sent me a bunch of stuff. I just haven't got to it yet. I'll repost it later today. Peter, Tony, Joyful Travels, Kai, Carlos. Peter, I wish I knew Spanish. If I know what I know now, I would have taken Spanish seriously. No matter where I turn, people speak Spanish, and I miss out on it. What a lovely language. Pete, Kevin, uh, Cam. Good morning, Cam. Good to see you. Peter, Gustavo. Um, thank you. Afa Diaz, Edward, Carlos. Good morning, everybody. Good morning and happy Hump Day. I can't believe it's Hump Day already. Today's a good day for me. I'm going to be leaving a little bit early, not too much earlier, but I'll be leaving a little bit earlier, about 3 o'clock. I need to get a haircut, um, but I'll be there the whole day pretty much. I want to look sassy before I go to Los Angeles. I rented my tux and everything. I want to look handsome for my trip. I haven't been there in 6 years. All right. So let's talk a little bit about what is the agenda for the VIP room. Well, the agenda for the VIP room today is this week is going by very fast, Shamens. You're absolutely right. So this today in the VIP room, I'm going to give you my hottest stocks, and we're going to decide in real time together how to find a debit spread, credit spread, or to do the individual option. I'm going to show you exactly the choices that I go through every single day when I place trades every single day. I'm going to show it to you live. In other words, I'm going to say, okay, I like the stock. Okay. And I'm going to go in real time and we're going to select the right option in real time. Okay. In real time together. So you will see, okay, here I would like a debit spread. Here I think a credit spread is better. Here I think an individual call option better. Why are we using this delta? Why are we using this strike price? Why does these two make a better combination than those two? It's a session you definitely want to have. A lot of folks always ask me, how do you pick debit spreads? Where do you put your risk? Where do you start? Why should I do a debit spread instead of a regular option? Why should I do a regular option instead of a debit spread? So I'm going to go through all of that with you together. Okay. Okay. So we're going to do that. And here is the link for that. Let me give you the link for that. It's going to be it's going to be very interactive. Good morning, Peter. Good morning. It was great. I wish you luck in your new 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. I think it's great if you could do that. I didn't know they offered that, but that's smart. That's how I'd rather do it because if he's a doctor and if you work as a doctor every other day, you kind of get really tired. But 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, I could go with that. So that's customers. That's VIP room today. That's for today's agenda, and it's going to be all new. I'm going to give you the stocks that I'm looking at right now. You know how we put together that RCL trade yesterday. Well, I'm going to show you how we did it. You understand? And like 25 others. So it'll be really, really, really good. Okay. Here's a link to customer service live. When he makes a volume pick up, his mark is really annoying, huh? When can we expect the volume to pick up in this market? Usually, Stefan, second to third week of September. Second to third week of September is usually. And I just posted a link to customer service live. Please, please, please make sure you get out there. They will help you every step of the way. Now, I want to make sure you guys have everything at 1080p. Please make sure see how I'm on auto? This is not good. It keeps setting me on auto, and I don't even know where I am on auto, but make sure you're at 1080p right here. See, it always likes to set you on auto. The problem with auto, it's screwy. It goes up and down based on your internet speed. Force 1080p, especially if you're on a wireless device, even if you're not on a wireless device like me. So please make sure you're at 1080p, okay? Please, because otherwise it's going to be blurry and it's not interesting to watch things when they're blurry. Number two, please, 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 please give us a thumbs up one time. It's right below the button, and ring the bell to like and subscribe to this channel. You'll be notified as soon as I go live. And most importantly, just give us a thumbs up one time if you're getting benefit. I don't want to force you to do it. If you don't want to do it, that's fine too. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Martin. Good morning. Good morning, Julio. Good morning, Ellen. Good morning, Romel. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, John. So let's do that. Okay, let's talk about the small caps that are buzzing this morning. I didn't see anything amazing, but there's a couple that I like. I'm not in love with them. And again, liquidity is really low right now. But here's one, DSS. I like DSS only during the regular session. Look at how volume the last 3 days has been picking up. That's really good, actually. I like it only if it trades above 240. So here, DSS above 240, regular session, not mornings, not pre-market, okay? NBY at 160 after market opens if it above that level, and SLRL here, SLRX above $8 after the open. So Richard said after switching internet to fiber optics, it's always on 1080. Richard, that's what I'm probably going to do that like 2 weeks and leave my cable as a backup. I don't want to get rid of I've been slow to change, but T-Buzz now says it's really good. So this is DSS. So at work, I have fiber optics and it's amazing. So this is NBY. NBY is already above our price. It's already above 160. So we're going to make it 180 right now. Okay, we're going to make NBY 180 because it's already above 160. It's already above our entry. So remember, we don't want to we want to trade it above the pre-market high. So if this keeps moving higher, you're going to have to call it whatever it is. But as of right now, it's 180. So keep an eye on NBY and make sure that it takes out. You want your entry to be at the pre-market high. So as this is still moving higher, as of right now, that level is 180 on NBY. But it was 160, but now it's at 180, and it may change. So I'm just giving you heads up right now, okay? So the three stocks, DSS, NBY, and SLRX, okay? And here's SLRX. And this stock above $8, DSS above 240. And this baby, I thought it was going to be 160, but obviously it's already at 180. So this one, as of right now, it's 180. And maybe if you guys remind me, we'll revisit it before I leave so we could see what the high is and we can mark it, okay? Don't forget to remind me. That's good. That's good, David. That's good. Okay, those are the small caps we are looking at today, okay? What earnings do we have today? What earnings do we have today? We have NVIDIA after the market closes. This is not a catalyst. CrowdStrike, we don't have this morning as far as I could tell. Here, let me just double check that I'm not crazy. Yeah, that's coming out after the market closes, and Snow is not a big enough stock. So NVIDIA and CRWD are going to be a catalyst for tomorrow. They're not. Hey, Roddy, good to see you here. I haven't seen you in a while. I was reading your testimonials yesterday, and I was thinking, where's Roddy? And here he is. He shows up. Are you okay, Roddy? Is everything okay with you lately? Mark, are these numbers good for the whole day? Well, as soon as they hit, yes, but they're good for the whole day. Up till about 3 o'clock, Mark. You don't want to trade them after 3. You just don't have enough momentum. Generally speaking, if they hit, they usually hit the first couple hours of the day. So I would be very cautious like after 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, because they just don't have that much firepower. All right. Hey, Andrew. Okay, so Fed data. What do we have as far as Fed data is concerned? Well, we've got Barkin speaking, and we have energy. That's the only real things that we have today we're talking about. The bond market. Now, this is really interesting. This is where I want you guys to. Focus. Remember yesterday, I drew this for you. Here, let me just adjust it. I drew this for you, and I told you that the bond market looks like it's in a descending triangle. And usually descending triangles, they coil up, right? You see this black line or this red line, whichever you want to use, and this black line? That's the triangle right here. You could see it right here. That's the bottom, and that's the descending line. You could clearly see it in this triangle. You could clearly see it here. typically they consolidate. See how this is already inside today's bar? The more bonds consolidate, the less directional bias we're going to have from the stock market. Okay. Yes, Mark, they're all day trades. These are all day trades. And you can trail them with the 8-day EMA on a 5-minute chart. You're welcome, Alan. I'm so happy to hear that. Maybe, Stefan, we'll see tonight. Right? We're going to see tonight. So right here, we're still, you see how we're consolidating? If this holds true, then bond market is just going to get tighter and tighter and tighter. Look, see how this gets smaller and it gets tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter till we break down. I don't know if that's going to happen, but as of right now, that's what this is setting up to look like. And it looks pretty damn good. I mean, this is a very classic descending triangle. So we're just going to follow the rules. The problem is if bonds break down from here, the odds of interest rates going lower is null because this is higher rates. So this is starting to bother me because it's actually playing out the way it's supposed to. I kind of would feel better if it almost failed and started trading here because then I would know we're not in a descending triangle because descending triangles do break down to the downside. You're welcome, Alan. That makes me happy. I'm glad you're getting benefit out of it. I really am glad you're getting benefit out of it. And Raleigh's been very very happy to help. Thank you, Raleigh. If you're here, thank you very much for all the help, for everything you do. It's making the program a lot more structured, and I don't have to waste as much time. So this is bothering me, but if it holds true, it's just going to continue consolidating, and the range will get smaller and smaller and smaller till it finally breaks down. So let's keep our eye on this triangle, okay? Because it's not making any sense in light of the current financial fundamental data. But I'm one of those guys, I'll believe technical price action 50 times over fundamentals. So I'm, like you could tell me what president is winning the race and I'll look at the charts and I'll tell you what president is winning the race. And I've been right on the spot the last 4 elections. Which is when I started looking for them anyway. But technicals don't lie. So let's be very cautious. And if you see the bond market trading below 86, the golden number will be TLT trading below 86. If it trades below 86 and breaks, then the odds of the Fed lowering rates are going to go a lot lower. Thank you, Raleigh. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's really nice having you. We'll know. I have to see CrowdStrike and NVIDIA if the premium is 40% higher and how many times they fail to beat expectations. The inner Clyde. Oh, that's great. All right. Morning, Mark. Morning, Mark. Morning, always families. Man, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. So I'm not liking the bond market. US dollar, I wish I had something to say. I mean, I don't want to read into randomness, but to me, this just looks random. I mean, I just don't want to say something about something that's just not anywhere or nowhere. I mean, it looks like it could potentially break this level, but I'm not sold. I'm really not sold. I don't know if that's the case, but just choppy. This is just choppiness. This is just we're going somewhere, but we don't know where we're going. Okay. Gold, same thing. Although I have a couple of gold stocks on my watch list, I do like gold stocks quite a bit right now. They're actually looking good. As if you're holding gold, again, if you're currently holding gold, it's looking really nice right now. And I told you here and here, don't liquidate your current position. There's no need to liquidate position. My whole concern is I wouldn't be loading up till we're above 34.70, above this area right here. And I would be taking profit closer to here. Let me see if I could do this now. See? Someone taught me how to move price. Thank you. Thank you for sending me that letter and showing me how to move this. I appreciate it. I didn't know you could do that. Now I do. See? Look what I could do. Huh? Okay. So I'm looking for this to go up to the range, which is about 35.70. So if you're currently long gold, you're good till about 35.23, and then we'll evaluate because then you're facing this. then you're facing this. So if you're long gold, that's fine. If you're not long gold, uh, don't go physical gold. There's better opportunities with companies. And the level you would want to buy gold would be right here above this level, which is about 34.70. Okay. Hey, Duzzy, good morning to you. Crude oil. Crude oil. What is crude oil doing? Well, the stocks are again, have you noticed something interesting, guys? And by the way, I just picked up on this myself. Have you noticed some crude oil stocks are moving and some gold stocks are moving, but the actual commodities are not moving. And that's going for crude oil and that's going for the gold market. And I think that's really interesting. And to be honest with you, I don't remember seeing that very often. And I'm not going to create any meaning towards it because the commodities are not really going against the asset. They're just kind of not doing anything. So it's okay. It's kind of like gold miners are gold. So energy companies and gold companies are outperforming the physical commodities. Okay. We have the White brothers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got the White brothers. They're tag teaming. See, I got the two most valuable assets in the pub, the White brothers. I like that. I got to get a t-shirt that says the White brothers with your pictures up here. I don't follow silver. Tinia, I don't follow silver very much because gold is the main commodity, but I've been looking at a few gold. I've been looking at a couple of silver stocks. Um, Hold on. This one, and I'm seeing similar to what I'm seeing in gold. You see the stock right here, PAAS? It's very similar to what I'm seeing with this stock. Look, AEM. See AEM and look at PAAS. So as far as I'm concerned, they're doing the same thing. And look at what silver's doing. So to me, they're doing exactly the same thing right now, except silver looks a little choppier. But yeah, look at gold and silver, but look at silver stocks. See, same as gold. So to me, there's no real reason to talk about gold and silver because they're doing exactly the same thing. Worth of F-51's main contractor will benefit GE. Oh, that's great. Good. Thank you. Thank you for that, Eagle Beagle. It's good news. It's good news. I don't know. GE doesn't seem to be happy about it, but that is good news. It did trade all the way up to 275 today. We'll see what happens. Thanks for that. Thank you for that. Thanks for that, Eagle Beagle. Should start a podcast. Could be bigger than the Kelsey. There you go. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. Let me see. Okay. Okay. I don't want to before I finish the commodities, do you guys want to let's see. What are the catalysts for today? That's a tricky one. Does anybody want to tell me what the catalysts are for today? I don't think you guys will be able to guess all of them. I would be really shocked if you guessed all of them. Let's see. We're doing really good on time. What are the catalysts for today, folks? I like that. Anybody want to give me the catalyst for today? Let me know. What are the catalysts for today? I know we have about an 8-second delay. Swifties, yeah, the Swifties. There you go, Moondog. Okay, John says petroleum, Barkin. I got you there. KSS is KSS. Is KSS even a hold on a second. Is it a large cap stock? Hold on. No, it's not a large. I didn't think so. No, KSS is not a catalyst. If it's not in the S&P 500, it's not a catalyst. MDB is not a catalyst. It's not in the S&P 500 as far as I know. Remember what I always tell you guys? Don't give me stocks that are not in the S&P 500. They're not catalysts. If it's not big enough to be in the S&P 500, it's not big enough to be a catalyst. MDB is not a catalyst. Venom is not a catalyst. Cracker Barrel, Okta. Folks, remember what I say. You thinking something is a catalyst doesn't make it a catalyst. If it's not in the S&P 500, it's not a catalyst, okay? I've said it many, many times. Nvidia doesn't come out till after the market closes. It will be a catalyst tomorrow. Folks, something cannot be a catalyst if it doesn't come out after the right after the market before the market opens. It has to happen before the market opens or last night. It didn't happen. It's not a catalyst. Does anybody want to try again? Okay, how about I give it a try? Okay, how about I give it a try? ANF reported. Hold on, ANF. That's actually hold on. ANF is that? I think that may be in the S&P. Hold on. Let me check. Nope. I knew I was careful today. Okay, so let me give you the catalysts. Okay, let me give you guys the catalyst for today. Energy, Fed, which actually the first person who posted said it right. John Short, you got it right. Petroleum and Barkin speaking, you're absolutely right. How about China making breaking down hard? How about China breaking down hard? Hard. That's a catalyst, folks. That's a global economy. Do you guys happen to read this today? China, biggest daily loss since April. The biggest daily loss since April. May, June, July, August. The biggest daily loss in 4 months. None of you had it as a catalyst here. Biggest daily loss since April. I got to watch you guys like a hawk. There you go, Ellie. Biggest daily loss since April. What do you guys now, after seeing this, would you agree that this is a major catalyst? There's a lot of stocks that are impacted by China. The biggest daily loss, not in a week, in a day, since April, in a quarter. Hello. But here we are. Don't you think this is something you should pay attention to today? Look at my facial expression. Biggest daily loss since April. That's a catalyst. That's something we need to pay attention to today. And another major catalyst that none of you found. I didn't expect you to find this one. Nasdaq below 50%. Nasdaq 100 below 50%. While we're tethering near all-time highs below 50%. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad right there. That's a lot of weakness in the QQQE right here. That means this right here is not doing so well. That means if you take out this, which is literally raging to new all-time highs, look at this. Look at the mega caps. This is what the QQQ really looks like. It's having a really hard time breaking down. And we're now in a bearish market on the 50-day EMA. That's a lot of vulnerability. That's a catalyst right there. That's a catalyst. So it's not always earnings, folks. Sometimes it's global economy, which is 50 times bigger than earnings. Earnings are not, there's no earnings that are a catalyst today. There will be tomorrow, not today. Energy, Fed, China, Nasdaq 100. You got to be very mindful of this. Tech stocks are not doing good right now, folks. Look, 52% of stocks in the Nasdaq 100 are trading below the 50-day moving average. Yeah, Rick, Rick, that's a great question. If China was not in play today, if there was no Fed speakers, yes, there are. Not a lot. Usually there's one or two, but yeah, sometimes. Okay. Nasdaq, tech bear territory. Nasdaq, look. This is not good. That's the Nasdaq 100, folks. That's the biggest Nasdaq stocks in the world. That's not good. G-Boss, did you hear what I just said a minute ago? I said mags are driving the Nasdaq 100. The mags are driving the Nasdaq 100. I just said it a second ago, G-Boss. The mags, the seven stocks, the mega cap stocks, the Teslas, the Googles, the Nvidias, they're driving this. Without that, this is what you have. You take away this and you're left with this. And when I say that, I really mean that. That's a mathematical certainty. That's what you have. You can make out of, you could do whatever you want with that information, but that's just how it is. Okay? Yeah, exactly, Jeff. Exactly what Jeff just said. So, and I don't have any answers. I'm just letting you know that there's a lot of vulnerability in NASDAQ right now. That's why there's not so many tech stocks moving right now. Matter of fact, I hardly have any NASDAQ 100 stocks on my list. That's a huge vulnerability for the market. That means the market, yes, which means the market is not really buying technology right now. It's buying the mega caps, but it's not buying the smaller 100 stocks. And when I mean the smaller 100 stocks, I want to show you what stocks we're talking about so you could see what I'm talking about here. See, look, 47% are above the 50-day moving average. 47%. Now, look at the stocks we're talking about. These are the stocks we're talking about, folks. AR, Amazon, Amgen, AZN, BIAB, all the stocks that we love to trade. Cisco, CSX. Look at all these stocks. These are stocks that we love. We love these stocks. We trade 70% NASDAQ 100. Look at every stock: Shopify, Starbucks, Ross Store, REGen, Qualcomm, PayPal, Palantir, Pepsi, PDD, PCAR. Do you see what stocks I'm talking about? All of these stocks, only 48, less than 50% are trading above the 50-day moving average. These are the stocks that we trade. These are the stocks that if you go to the pit, you will find I trade these stocks 80% of the time. Look at the names. You're familiar with all of them. Look. Do you see the problem? That's a big problem. That's a big, big problem. Yep, you're right, Jeff, too. Jeff is right again. Listen to what Jeff says. He knows what he's talking about. See, look, I'm not making this up, guys. Look, 47%. And 200 only 59. But this is bad. That means majority of the stocks that we day trade and swing trade are literally sitting like this doing here. This is what it means. That means all our favorite stocks are doing this. Roger, why haven't you been giving us more trades? Roger, why have you been so stingy with us? Roger, why are we holding trades longer? Roger, why are trades going against us before going our way? This is what you've been trading. This is how we've been making money with this lately. You understand why I keep telling you this is one of the hardest markets I've had in the last 30 years? Because you think we're trading this, but what we're really trading is this right here. See, you think we're trading this. Yeah, but we're not. We're trading this. You understand? Me too, Jeff. Quicksand. I call it quicksand. You've been in quicksand. Look at all the stocks that are here. I'm going to give you this list. I'm going to give you this link. I'm going to post this link for you. Sometimes when I break it down, it makes people easier to understand. Look at all of our favorite stocks. These are all the stocks that we trade day in and day out. Look at what they're doing right now. Right here. Since September, since August. Look at this. Look at that. Excuse me. Since July, not August, July. Since July, look. From July till now. And our win rate has still been in the 90th. We still haven't had many. We've only had one loser in the pit due to a lawsuit. But look at this. Look at this. This is bad. This is bad right here. Okay. Uh, this is not good. So we do have some vulnerability. We have Nasdaq not. Sometimes what's not happening is a vulnerability too, and it's a catalyst. China's not looking good. It's going to put a little it's going to put a little wind against our face. Energy and Fed. Okay. Now let's read all this so I can break all this down and we can move past it. Okay. And folks, if you haven't given us a thumbs up, please do. Just give it one time. One time. I just gave ourselves one. I gave us a thumbs up too. We're anticipating NVIDIA earnings. That's after the market close. I'm expecting technology to be muted today because no institution is going to be making big bets unless it's a straddle, and they don't trade straddles. Only guys like us trade straddles. Institutions don't trade straddles or strangles on NVIDIA, or maybe a time spread. We'll see. Lilly climbed 5%, top percent gainer on the S&P, announced positive results for their weight loss pill. This, by the way, this new weight loss pill, let me just say this really quick, really quick for you guys. And we'll talk about indexes in a minute. I just wanted to give you a little preview. One of the this new drug, this new weight loss drug, it's not going to be a shot. You're going to be able to take it in your mouth. And it's supposed to be. It's based on the current technology, but it's supposed to be 28% more efficient, and you'll be able to take it by mouth. So they have a lot of they're putting a lot of bet behind this drug. Okay, I have no idea, Stefan. I don't bet on earnings. It's a binary event. Stefan, here's the problem, Stefan. How many times have we seen stocks in the last year beat earnings and the stock opens down the next day? Half the time. It's not about whether it beats earnings. It's how Wall Street interprets the earnings. And right now, Wall Street has very, very high expectations. Have you noticed most mega caps, they've been coming off on good earnings? Earnings are a binary event because you have to get the earnings right and you have to get the reaction right. If you're that good, you don't need me. Really, if you're that good, if you could do that, you don't need me because I can't do that. If you can anticipate the reaction from people. So let me tell you right now what the earnings will be on NVIDIA, okay? Do you know what the reaction from Wall Street will be? No, you don't. Do you know the reaction via implied volatility? No, you don't. So what good is me telling you whether we're going to pass earnings or not? Because it means absolutely nothing to what the stock will do. As you've seen by Meta, Microsoft, Google, and NVIDIA last time as well. They've all had good earnings and the stock was. How about Netflix? Every time, the last 3 reports, they've been coming out good and the stocks have been up. So what good does it get? Let's say I could give you the earnings right now. What good will it give you? What good will it do you? You're exactly where you are right now. So if you can guess what the earnings will be, and if you can guess what the earnings reaction will be, and how options will react, because they'll be pricing it in. They're right now pricing in a 7% move. We're pricing in a 7% reaction on NVIDIA right now. That's baked into the option. So if you could do that, the hell do you need me for? I can't do that. I'm not a magician. Okay. Thanks, Fred. I appreciate the heads up. All right. Right. So yeah, exactly, Carlos. So do you guys understand what I'm saying? You guys understand what I'm saying? Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. You knowing what the earnings will be ahead of time means absolutely nothing. Do you know what the reaction will be as well? If you can predict that, you don't need me. Let me just check something here. For NBY, that stock I gave you in the morning, it looks like it peaked out at 186. So as of right now, the entry would be 186. I'm just revising it in real time. It's not 160 anymore. It already ran up 26 points. Lilly was Marvell, Qualcomm. They were up over 1%. Dr. Pepper, we talked about this yesterday, had a major impact on consumer staples. Boeing as well. This is a very hard stock to trade, Boeing. Very hard because it's very news driven. Fed data came out better than expected. All Fed data came out better than expected. Okay. Why is the market dropping right now? Why is the bond market dropping? Why is the bond market doing exactly what I thought it was going to do? Look, this is the area this is nothing. This is, you want to see if it breaks 86, 86 with gusto. Then interest rates are not going down. But the market is breaking right now. We'll get into all that in a second. And I don't know what the news is. I don't think we had any Fed data today, so I don't know what the news is. If you guys know what the news is, let me know. But the bond markets are breaking down, which is not good for us. Fed data came out better than expected. I did not think it would, but it did. Barkin said on Tuesday he expects only a modest adjustment in interest rates, giving his outlook for little variation. I agree with him. We now have an 87% they're going to lower rates. President Trump imposed a 50% tariffs on Indian goods, highest in Asia, to punish the country for purchasing Russian oil. While I'm not a fan of tariffs, politically I'm really happy about this because I want Putin to be punished because he's not a good dude. Investors are awaiting Nvidia's earnings, and no, you don't know what they're going to be. No, you don't pretend you know what they're going to be. No, you have absolutely no idea. Don't play. Just say I don't know, and I'm going to gamble, or I'm not going to do anything and just listen to Roger. But don't pretend you know. Remember the biggest rule people make, thinking they know something that they don't. Well, that applies to that applies to you guys trading earnings a lot. Everybody thinks they know what earnings will be, but nobody does, and nobody will know the reaction. So you got to get two things. You got to get three things right. Why? Just do time spreads. Investors will be listening closely to AI, whether AI is in a bubble. AI is not in the bubble because we're actually using that technology. It's just, I think it's overextended, but I don't think it's in a bubble. Big difference. We have earnings on stocks that are not in the S&P 500 today, which means they're not really going to be very influential on the market. I keep telling you that over and over again, and you guys keep giving me catalysts that are not in the market. Crude oil inventories are going to happen today. The bond market's really coming off. This is the level you need to watch right here. Remember I gave you this level right here? If we break this level, that's the oh shit right here, and because we can come down right here, and that only increases the risk of Fed doing nothing. Okay, that's higher yield, interest rates higher right here if it goes down. Okay. Barkin will be speaking today. Europe is up only 15, basically doing nothing, stabilized after day of losses. Everybody's waiting for Nvidia earnings. We may have a slump. Fed Williams says on TV, says economy growth slowing, not stalling. Yep, it is. It is. And that's why the bond market's coming off. So I don't know if they're going to do anything today. And folks, don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Don't get these stupid gurus to get you to trade Nvidia. Don't. Anybody who's telling you ahead of time they know what's going to happen or how it's going to play out, they're just bullshitting you. China Composite, biggest daily loss since April. Do you think I'm going to be looking at stocks that are influenced by China today? You better believe it. You better believe it. Of course I am. Of course. Japan closed higher today after swinging between gains and losses. Basically, from what I'm gathering, everybody's kind of waiting for Nvidia. Everybody's focused on Nvidia. Are we going to be trading? Yes, the illusion of knowledge. Exactly. Earnings is what gives you illusion of knowledge. You think you know, and then you lose half of your account. I think everybody here would agree that there is no better way to trade earnings than with time spreads. I think everybody here would agree. Have we taken a loss on time spreads lately during earnings? How many times have we lost? And when we do lose, how much do we lose? Time spreads. Close higher, swinging between gains and losers. Notice I did not highlight any of these. Why? Because they're small caps. Small caps are not in the S&P. How can something influence the S&P if it's not in the S&P? Don't you want it to be in the S&P? None of these are in the S&P. All you have to do is pull up their ticker symbols and look. All right. Nice and easy. And again, NVIDIA, CrowdStrikes will be a catalyst tomorrow, but not today. Not today. Okay. Tomorrow. Why not today? Because we don't know how they're going to trade. We don't know what their earnings reaction is going to be. Okay. For those of you who are just coming in here right now, in today's VIP room, I am going to have a very, very special lesson on, I'm going to give you my watch list like I always do, but then we're going to go eat through every one of them and we're going to go through an exercise. We're going to see why or why not we should do a debit spread, why or why not we should do a credit spread, why or why not we should do a regular option, and which choice makes the best difference and which spread makes the difference. So I'm literally going to walk you through 25 to 30 examples, okay, on how to start with a stock and then turn it into a option or a debit spread, whether we want to take more premium, whether we want to take less premium, whether implied volatility is on our side. So I think by us going through these examples, you guys will start internalizing some of this information yourself. That is what my goal is, okay? That's what my goal is. All right. And remember, folks, nothing good happens in this business without customer service live. You got Alpha Zone Pro, you don't get the arrows. Who you going to call? Don't call Sal, call Uncle White. Um, your Alpha Zone Pro is not making those tring, tring, tring. Who are you going to call? White, Customer Service Live, Cam and Gustavo show, Gustavo and Cam. Don't call Roger, call Cam. Don't call Sal, call White, okay? Customer Service Live. When you have a problem, don't come running to me. I'm useless. Customer Service Live. All right, now let's move on. We talked about the catalysts. We talked about the small caps. Now let's talk about the stock market, okay? Uncle Roger told you 2 days ago. Here, let me actually show you the post. I'm going to show you the post. Here. I mentioned the last 2 days that the SPY has to touch the 8-day EMA, and it did in the regular session, as you could see. This was at 10 a.m. yesterday. But the day before that, at 4:06 on Monday, here's what I wrote for you. SPY came close to hitting the 8-day EMA on daily, but didn't do it today. I have a feeling it'll do it in the next day or so. That's Monday at 4 o'clock. What happened on Tuesday? What happened on Tuesday? Survey says, look at the 8-day EMA right there. That's when I gave you the note, and that's Tuesday. Did we hit the 8-day EMA? Yes, we did. Are we extended from the 8-day EMA right now? No, we're not. So I think we're going to just keep drifting up the 8-day EMA. Let's look right here. Look over here on the left side. I think this is not going to go anywhere today, and I think we're going to come right. Look at the 8-day EMA right there. Do I know my data or what? You had a million people telling you a million things, but did anybody tell you we think that the market's just going to hit the 8-day EMA, and it did right at the low of the day? That advice would have been worth $1 million yesterday. Just FYI. Hit the 8-day EMA. What do I think we're going to do today? I think we're going to stay in the structure, and we're going to just flirt around with these levels, pretend that we're going higher, and then we're going to hit the 8-day EMA again. What about the QQQ? QQQ, same thing. We're at the 8-day. We didn't even trade very much above it. We're at weakness QQQ because 48% of stocks are trading below the 50-day moving average. Still choppy. I like the fact that we're moving higher here, but just want to remind you of something. This is what you're trading. You think you're trading this, but what you're really trading is this. Do you think we're going to go anywhere today? I don't. I think we're going to do exactly what we've been doing, which means QQ will probably just come right back down to the 8-day EMA, or at least kiss it today again. But the fact that we're above the 8-day EMA for both QQQ and SPY is positive. The problem is, if you look at mega caps, see how far they're extended from the 8-day EMA? And if the mega caps come down and kiss the 8-day EMA today, like they did yesterday, the market's really not going to get very far. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? Sure, Jeff, it could hit either. That happens when we're choppy, which isn't all that great. But usually these will, I just don't see this flying off into the sunset before NVIDIA earnings. So I see some choppiness coming into today with possible downside. Point is, don't be surprised if we bottomed out around 59.93 and then went up or just went choppy today. And look at RSP. Look at RSP right now. Now, we haven't broken this level yet. We haven't broken this level yet, but we're getting close. And look at what happened. Remember this line I drew for you yesterday? Do I know my levels or what? Look at the low yesterday. Okay. What about IWM? Strongest one so far. Look at where it is in comparison to this. What we don't want is we don't want it to hit this line, 230.83, which is the 8-day EMA and this line. But I don't think we're going to go anywhere. I think we're just going to consolidate. Maybe towards the end of the day, we'll get somewhere. Not really seeing any love. Dow Jones, same thing, consolidation. Again, keep your eye on the 8-day EMA, 452.09, this level right here. Okay? All right, let's move into intraday data. Let me give you some levels. So I drew this level for you. Look at the Dow. Look at how well it held. I didn't draw this morning. Look at how well it held. Let me show you how well my levels work, guys. Ira asked me 2 days ago why I draw these levels. Ira, do you see why I draw these levels? Look, it's pretty damn good. Okay. So let's draw some more levels. There. And right here. Right there. There's your levels right there. And one more. Right there. If we get into this area here, you have a nice little gap. Let's do SPY. Look at these levels, guys. Look at these levels. They hold pretty damn well. There. Let's go right here. You got a big move here. If we break these levels right here, there's not much here. There's just not much there. So what you want to watch for is a break below 644.94. Okay. Okay. Here are the levels for the SPY right here. Ira says you didn't answer my last question about when to know SPY will rise pre-market. I'm sorry, Ira. I don't think I got that one. There is no way to know if SPY will rise pre-market, but just by looking at SPY to see what it's doing already. There's no way. I mean, you could look at futures. Futures will tell you exactly if SPYs are going to open up or down. So here, Ira, this is how you could tell right here. Right here. Just look at this pre-open and it'll tell you exactly how the market's going to open right here. This gauges this speculates on what the opening is going to be in real time right here. Okay? All right. So let me give you these levels on the QQQ. Look at the levels I gave you yesterday. Pretty damn good, actually. We put that up here. Just put that up here. Right here. Right there. Right there. And right here. Okay, that's the levels for the QQQ. Dow, you already have levels. SPY, you already have levels. How about SMH? Let's do SMH. Yep, that's pretty good, actually. That's the levels on the QQQ. Okay. I'm hoping you guys will copy them. Okay. Or at least write down these levels. Looking for the market to peak out at the open or near the open and start coming off. Let's see how the bond market's doing. Bond market hasn't been doing well last couple hours. So we're just coming down. The SPY is now weaker. Look, we're sitting right at this level. Yesterday's open. If we break this, we come right back down to here on the 5-minute. Again, I think the SPY is just going to consolidate. I think we're just going to consolidate. I don't think we're going to see anything magical today. I think we're just going to consolidate. What the hell is going on here? I think we're just going to consolidate. Okay. All right. Let me give you stocks that I'm looking at, and then I got to get out of here. I'm going to be late to work, and I don't like to be late for work. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Momentum. Momentum. We forgot to do momentum. So as far as momentum is concerned, we have reasonable momentum to the upside right now. Reasonable momentum. We do have reasonable momentum. It's not like it was 2 days ago, as you could see right here. Remember, we were at 507, and then we were at 137. We have some momentum. And when I look at the type of stocks that are moving right now, the sectors that are moving, you could see that consumer discretionary and retail Russell 2000, which means interest rates are starting to come back higher. I mean, interest rate related stocks are starting to come back up. But again, look at technology, look at QQQ, look at Bitcoin. So you kind of in the middle right now. You got semiconductors here. Now, just want to show you something. 2 days ago, all of them were down here. All the speculative stocks were here, but now they're kind of mixed. So you got a little bit of everything right now. And when you have a little bit of everything everywhere, it just causes consolidation. Because look, you have Russell 2000 here, you have mid caps here, you have consumer discretionary here, but you have technology here, and you have consumer staples here. So they're kind of mixed right now. What I want to see in the next 2 days is I want to see technology start coming back up like it is right now, but a lot more aggressively. Okay? A lot more aggressively. Also, Bitcoin looks like it bottomed out, and it looks like it's going to test the 8-day. Then it may come back down, or it's going to come back up. But it's got to test this area first here. It's got to test this area first. All right. And the 100 is a good support level. So this could be a bottom right here. I wouldn't be doing anything till we're back above this trend line, but just heads up, we might have bottomed out there as well. Folks, how about some thumbs up? How about some thumbs up? Bob says we don't have 300 right here. Give us a thumbs up if you haven't done it already. If you've done it, thank you so much. Thanks, Bob. I appreciate everything you do here. All right, so let me go ahead and give you stocks that I'm looking at right now, okay? All right, GGAL to the short side, VREX to the short side. This one actually looks pretty good right here. Look, touching the 8-day, coming down. Mossy looks pretty good to the downside. Flow looks really good to the downside. BMA, I've been giving you this stock for the last few days. Spanish stocks, nice trend too, and nice volume too. Options on this one are going to be not going to be good. Okay, now let me give you the long stuff. And a lot of these just don't look amazing, but they look okay. CRH, UAL, GH, BK. I've been liking this stock now for the last several days. I even told you that it was like the perfect looking A line right here. Do you remember? I said this is the most perfect looking A line right here when it was right here, this bar right here 2 days ago. And ba-boom, ba-bum, ba-boom, here we are. And don't say I didn't say it because I did. I used this one as an example. STX, Roku, yes. AEM, a metal gold company, STT, and PNC. And one more, GD. I like this stock. I like how it moves, GD. Those are all the stocks I have for you guys for today. Okay, I think we're going to have a muted market. I would be watching the bond market really carefully because if we break 86 and we're right now at 8602, 8602, 8601, if we break this level, and I don't mean just touch this level, I mean break this level, that means we broke our triangle. That means we broke our triangle. See, look. Well, you could see the down here. You could see it right here. You could see the descending triangle right here, but this has to break. And if it breaks, the odds of Fed lowering rates are weaker and it puts pressure on interest rate sensitive stocks. And we're literally at the low right now. We're at 86. Oh, we're at 86 right now, 8601. So watch out for this. This is a big problem. Also, keep your eye on SMH as the day progresses and keep your eye on MAGs. Okay. Let's see how many thumbs up we got. We got a total of 334 thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Folks, if there's anything I can do to make this session better, I think I do pretty much everything. Please feel free to send me suggestions at roger@rogerscott.com. Also, I'm going to say this again. Please do not miss the VIP room today. I'm going to do 45 minutes of credit, debit spread, and individual option analysis. You'll get a chance to get into my head. Getting into my head is pretty valuable. A lot of people want to get into my head. You'll have a chance to get into my head for 45 minutes, and then Kane will come by. So Kane will give us his analysis, but first I'll give you 45 minutes of unadulterated analysis into actionable stocks. Just like I gave you. Do you remember I gave you yesterday RCL? Do you remember I gave you this stock yesterday? RCL? Well, I'm going to give you 30 of them today with options, okay? All right, I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. I got to go and make sure Matt's not doing anything crazy. I got to make sure Clyde is not doing anything crazy. And don't forget, guys, nothing good happens without customer service live. Customer service live. The Cam and Gustavo show. If you mess up, they'll be there to save you. Hold on, let me give you that link. For some reason, I have problems copying this link. There we go. Hey, you're welcome, Peanuts, and thank you for the nice email you sent me yesterday. Please be careful today, folks. Consolidation, choppiness, no chip stocks, no heavy tech stocks ahead of NVIDIA earnings. Now, listen to me. If you think that regular tech stocks are not related to NVIDIA, then you don't know what you're talking about. The correlation of most tech stocks to NVIDIA is very strong, which means if you get the wrong tech stocks, you're going to be stuck with NVIDIA. Don't do it. Don't do it. There's a lot of other stocks out there. Most of my stocks are not related to NVIDIA on my watch list today. Travel stocks, blue chip stocks, consumer stock. Don't go tech. You'll be sorry. Or well, you may not be sorry, but you're gambling. Bye, guys. Have a great day. Thank you, William. Thank you, John. Thank you, Carlos. Thanks, everybody. Here's my email address, roger@rogerscott.com. And thank you for making this a pleasurable hour. Bye, everybody. Bye. Clyde says good job.